Are you feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or like you're lost in a whirlwind of uncertainty? You're not by yourself. But what if I told you that those swirling thoughts and that uneasy feeling could actually be the driving force behind your most significant accomplishments? In the vast world of philosophy, few figures have had as profound an impact on existential thought as Søren Kierkegaard. Born in 1813 in Copenhagen, Denmark, Kierkegaard grew up in a home where philosophical discussions were commonplace. His father, a deeply thoughtful man, engaged young Søren in conversations that laid the foundation for a lifelong inquiry into the human condition. It was this early exposure to complex ideas that spurred Kierkegaard's intellectual curiosity and ultimately led him to challenge traditional beliefs about existence, freedom, and the role of anxiety in our lives. As Kierkegaard embarked on his academic journey, studying philosophy and theology at the University of Copenhagen, he soon grew dissatisfied with the scholarly works that focused on abstract theories, disconnected from real-life experience. This disillusionment became a driving force in his philosophical pursuits. He believed that true philosophy must speak to the lived experience of individuals, to the struggles, fears, and anxieties we face daily. In today's video, we're going to dive into one of Kierkegaard's most intriguing ideas: how anxiety, often viewed as a negative force, can actually be a catalyst for personal greatness. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn practical ways to turn your anxiety into a driving force for growth and success. One of Kierkegaard's most groundbreaking concepts is angst, or existential anxiety. Unlike everyday anxiety, existential angst is the profound, sometimes overwhelming sense of unease that arises when we confront life's biggest questions. Who am I? What is my purpose? What should I do with my life? These questions, Kierkegaard argued, provoke deep anxiety because they force us to confront our freedom. The terrifying freedom to shape our own destinies in a world filled with uncertainty. You'll want to keep watching because later in this video, I'm going to share Kierkegaard's powerful strategy for embracing anxiety and turning it into a force for self-realization. From the moment we are born, we are thrust into a world full of unpredictable events and infinite choices. Kierkegaard believed that this realization, this awareness of life's endless possibilities, creates a kind of existential dizziness. It's what he famously called the dizziness of freedom. At first glance, this freedom can feel overwhelming. After all, with freedom comes responsibility, and with responsibility comes the fear of making the wrong choice. But here's the thing. Kierkegaard didn't see this anxiety as something to be avoided or feared. Instead, he believed it was essential to our growth as human beings. Anxiety, in his view, is the price we pay for the freedom to choose our path in life. It's not just a byproduct of living, it's an integral part of what it means to be human. This might sound heavy, but it's actually a liberating idea. Why? Because Kierkegaard believed that it's through anxiety that we become truly aware of our freedom and our potential. Rather than letting anxiety paralyze us, we can choose to face it head-on and use it as a tool for personal growth. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by anxiety, don't worry, you're not alone. And if you stick with me, I'll be sharing some actionable steps in just a few minutes on how you can harness anxiety to fuel your own personal development. Kierkegaard also introduced the concept of passion as a way to navigate the sometimes overwhelming experience of anxiety. According to him, passion is what gives our lives meaning. It's what drives us forward and gives us a sense of purpose, even in the face of uncertainty. But Kierkegaard wasn't talking about just any passion. For him, the key to a meaningful life lies in pursuing subjective truth, the personal truths that resonate deeply with who we are as individuals. He wrote, "The crucial thing is to find a truth which is true for me, to find the idea for which I am willing to live and die." These words challenge us to look inward and discover what truly matters to us. Kierkegaard believed that, instead of conforming to society's standards or seeking external validation, we should pursue the passions that align with our deepest values and desires. If you're wondering how to find your own subjective truth and live a more passionate, purpose-driven life, don't go anywhere. In just a bit, I'll walk you through how you can apply Kierkegaard's ideas to your own journey. So how does this all tie into anxiety? For Kierkegaard, anxiety is the starting point of true self-realization. It's the force that pushes us to confront the uncertainties of life and make meaningful choices. The reason anxiety feels so overwhelming is that it's linked to our freedom to choose. And with that freedom comes the realization that we are responsible for the course our lives take. But here's the empowering part. By facing anxiety and making choices despite our fears, we take control of our lives. We stop letting anxiety hold us back and instead use it as a guide, leading us toward the areas where we need to grow, learn, and evolve. If you're finding value in this message so far, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community here at Your Spiritual Journey. Together, we're exploring life's biggest questions and finding new ways to live authentically. Now, Kierkegaard also warned about the dangers of conforming to societal norms or distracting ourselves from life's deeper questions. In today's world, it's easy to get lost in the noise, whether it's social media, entertainment, or the pressure to live up to others' expectations. Kierkegaard saw these distractions as obstacles to true self-realization. He believed that when we conform, we lose touch with our authentic selves. Instead of following the crowd, Kierkegaard urged us to embrace solitude and introspection. It's only by looking inward, he said, that we can truly understand who we are and what we want from life. This process of self-reflection might be uncomfortable at times after all. It forces us to confront our fears, desires, and anxieties, but it's necessary for personal growth. Coming up, I'll share some practical tips for cultivating a deeper sense of self-awareness and how introspection can help you align your life with your true passions. In conclusion, Søren Kierkegaard's philosophy offers a radical reframe of anxiety. Rather than seeing it as something negative or debilitating, he teaches us to view anxiety as a natural part of the human experience, a force that can propel us toward greatness. Anxiety arises because we are free to choose. And with that freedom comes both responsibility and possibility. So, what's the big takeaway? Anxiety is not something to run from. It's something to embrace. It's a sign that we are alive, that we have choices, and that we are capable of shaping our own futures. Kierkegaard's philosophy invites us to take a leap of faith, to trust in our own subjective truths, and to pursue the passions that make life meaningful. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. By embracing your anxiety and choosing to live authentically, you're taking the first steps on a journey toward a more fulfilled and meaningful life. Stay tuned for more content like this, and remember, anxiety can be the key to unlocking your greatest potential.